everyone. My name is Princess Angel D. Mendoza, a second-year student at the Lipa City Colleges taking the Bachelor of Arts in Psychology. The aim of this video is to give you some idea about psychology. Most specifically, why is psychology considered a science? What are the scientific tools in psychology? And why is psychology considered a scientist? Let's see. But before we proceed to our topic, do you know what psychology is?
Psychology is the study of the mind and the behavior. Psychology includes the study of the conscious and unconscious phenomena, as well as the feeling and thought. It is an academic discipline of immense scope. So in short, we do not read minds, rather we study it.
Now that you know the meaning of psychology, let's proceed to our first topic. Why is psychology considered as science?
Psychology is considered as a social science because of its psychological principles affect the social life of people and institutions were alike. Oftentimes, the purpose of any psychological research is to make a world a better place to live in, that is, socially. Psychology is a science because it follows the empirical method. The scientific status of any endeavor is determined by its method of investigation, not what it studies or when the research was done, and certainly not by who did the investigation. All sciences uses the empirical method. Empiricism emphasizes objective and precise measurement.
Now that we have an idea of why psychology is considered as a science, let's proceed to our second topic. What are the scientific tools used in psychology?
Psychologists use different tools to perform their roles. Increasingly, many are using the latest tech to apply classic, evergreen principles in improved, more efficient ways. And one of these is through observation and experiment. Observation. Observation is a fundamental tool of any science. This is what psychologists have done at the beginnings of the field. They had the motivation to better understand what was already observed in human behavior, like the effects of depression or the psychological mechanism that created certain social phenomena. One of the best examples of this is through scientific observation. It involves collecting of data while watching a certain subject behave in a certain way, or as they evolve toward a certain behaviors. Next one is through experiments. Experiments are fundamental empirical tools in studying psychology or any other science. Experimentation involves collecting data about certain behavior in controlled environment, which doesn't necessarily mean a laboratory.
And now we know why psychology is considered science and what are the scientific tools that psychology use. Let's proceed to our last topic. Why psychology is considered as a scientist?
When most of us hear the word science, we tend to think about the more natural sciences such as chemistry, physics, biology, astrology, and so on. However, the social sciences like psychology very rarely spring to the most people's mind because there is little connotation between science and human behavior. But just like other scientists, psychologists embrace specific values in a research. In turn, these values shape psychologists and manifest themselves as attitudes in which our scientific studies are made. One of the proofs why psychology become a scientist because they seek to test out of the theories, they seek to eliminate bias. Most experiments are replicable, and they test hypotheses. Therefore, science is just as much as a social phenomenon as it is a natural one. This means it is safe to say that psychology is just as much as a science as any natural science in every way, shape, or form.
And now that we have ended our topic, I hope that everyone has a knowledge and understanding of what psychology is. I hope you can see psychology in much bigger picture. Just like what always Cardone say on one of his quotes, it all depends on what we look at things. Again, I am Princess Angel de Mendoza, a second-year college student of the Lipa City Colleges, taking the Bachelor of Arts in Psychology. Now signing off. Thank you!